Hey everybody. I literally just ran here because as Mr. Mom, I have so many things going on in my house right now. It's crazy. So I want to shout out to the moms out there. Not that dads aren't cool either, but let me tell you, man, wow, have I learned a lot about being a mom. It's crazy. Like seriously, I don't know how a lot of you raise these kids, but I just want to give you serious props because how do you hold the bottle at the same time trying to make yourself something to eat at the same time they're pooing their pants at the same time they cry when the bottle I actually figured out how to like sort of hold the bottle with my chin and lodge it in little baby girl's mouth and then at the same time make my cup of coffee while it falls out and she starts crying. It's funny because you totally notice the sound of the cry. I can tell the cry when she's hungry, and I can tell the cry when she's poopy, and I can tell the cry when she needs to burp. It's so funny. You guys are amazing. Just to all the moms and dads out there, you guys. But I'm gonna just pretty much give the props more to the moms because they're pretty much the ones who usually take care. Not that dads don't do it. Don't get me wrong, but it's pretty amazing, you guys. And I feel stressed, but not in a stressy way, if that matters. I feel stressed in a way that I want to just make sure that she's good and everything is good. So, first off, thank you all so much for being here today. I am in such a great mood because that baby puts me in a great mood. And I've really just come to such a realization that all of the time you and I waste on getting mad at the insanity of the world is such a shame. It is an actual shame how much time I wasted being mad at stuff. And I that's really kind of what my new purpose here is. And I believe the universe or God or somebody gave me the opportunity to be this parent with this young baby, with this little teeny baby girl. Basically, that she went from a newborn into I mean she was with her biological mother during birth and after for the first 24 hours, but she basically came into my arms within the first 24 hours of her life. So I've had to really be focused on this little one. It magically took away what I believe was something I was getting sucked into, which I think, I'm not saying all of you, but I think you know what I'm talking about. It's so insane how we get sucked into everybody else's bullshit rhetoric and anger when there's just so many amazing, beautiful things we're missing in the world, and I think it's really something that I have noticed in my own self is that I refuse to get involved in it anymore other than to bring these messages to you and to continue to fight for the young kids who I think are being completely destroyed in this transgender kid bullshit, and who I really just want to bring to you a more real view of a transsexual person and how the transition did help me. And so I'll take some questions from you guys soon. I know you probably have some questions about myself and my relationship to this baby girl, but with that, if you're new here, thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you for joining the channel. To all my regular subscribers, I love you guys so much. Thank you always for supporting the channel. And, Wednesdays we call Hump Day and we call Therapy Day. And we've created such a great, awesome community. And so if you're new here, what I like to do is shout out. I'm going to show you where we have a worldwide situation, audience, or whatever you want to call it. So if you tell me where you are, I'm going to shout you out. We'll do that for the first couple minutes, and then we'll just get straight into all the moms are here. Right on, moms. I love you guys so much. So first one is Israel. Okay, actually I see Brazil. So we got Brazil in the house. We got Israel in the house. We got Netherlands in the house. We got Illinois in the house. I'm going to show you. It's crazy. Georgetown, Ohio, Virginia, Wales, UK. Did I miss Virginia? UK, Wisconsin, Florida, UK, Israel, from Berlin, Wisconsin, Marseille, France. I hope I pronounced that right. Santorin, Washington State. Right on. Victoria, BC, Texas, Sweden, Bulgaria, Finland, Canada, Ontario. I told you, it's crazy. I love you guys. Washington State, Glenburn, Maine, Australia, Oklahoma. We have so many amazing people from all over the world. We got India in the house. We got New Zealand, Texas. If I missed you, please go because this thing is is moving fast now. Portland, Niagara Falls, West Virginia, where my mom's from, Nova Scotia, BC, Texas, New Zealand, India, Central Texas, SoCal's in the house, Portland. Oh, yeah, and Lisa's in the house, who's the moderator of the channel. So if you need anything, please reach out. She's awesome. North Carolina, I can't run this channel without her. Germany, Arizona, Arkansas, North Carolina, Scotland, UK, Washington State, Germany, Scotland, wow, Birmingham, North Carolina, Detroit, Vancouver, call me California. That's where I'm. I'm literally, my sister's LAPD and she, retired LAPD, and she totally calls it call me California. She moved to Idaho, the Netherlands, and we got DC Metro. Right on, you guys. So you can just keep putting out there. If I see it in the corner by, I'll call you out. And today I really wanted to, it might get heavy because I always say I just want to kind of do something, but we got Scotland in the house. So sometimes my brain, I don't write these, by the way. These are just off the cuff. My lives are off the cuff. They're not, I don't plan anything here except for the title. And maybe I'm going to talk about X, Y, and Z, but I never write out what I'm going to talk about. And I prefer it that way because it becomes more organic and I can talk to you out there and we can, just have more of a fluid conversation. So I always say I like to do X, Y, and Z, but it always ends up becoming something else because you guys first off participate in the chat, which really makes me so happy. And the participation really gets my brain working and we can have these amazing conversations. And I do really believe that we have such amazing conversations here. So I do want to talk about being Mr. Mom today. But also, if it moves into a little bit more seriousness stuff, it's all good. And just know that it's because we have created a very organic conversation here. And I'm a guy who likes to talk, as you know, and I'm not afraid to talk about my feelings, and nor am I afraid to talk about reality-based stuff. So that being said, sometimes I do get a little emotional about stuff, and that's just, I think, really has come to me as an older person and knowing that it's okay for me to be emotional as a man, right? And really understanding myself as a man. And you can go back 20 years ago with me and I would have said, I'm a man. Stop. People would say, you're never going to be a man. You're always going to be a woman. And that's why I can relate to a lot of the younger generation where they get so mad about it. But in the growth of my own transition and in the growth of myself as a human being, I realized I will never be a man. I don't even know what that means. To the men out there watching today, do you really know what it means to be a man other than that you are born this way, you have the anatomy of a male, blah, blah, blah. And same with being a woman, right? Like, I'll never know what it means to be a man. I don't even know if I actually even understand what it means to be a woman. What I do understand is what it means to be a female, okay? And I know what, for myself, and I'm not answering for the world out there, for me, the femaleness is a different way that I think I come to the table and have had to always suppress this idea of my feminine side or my femaleness. And it's why I really have started to understand how important it is that we talk to these young kids about, you don't know what it means to want to be the other sex. You have no idea. What it means is that you feel more comfortable presenting in the world as more masculine or more feminine. This is what is really the crux to me of what these young people are missing. They're missing the idea of what makes me more comfortable in the world? What makes me more comfortable in the world is this. I feel more comfortable. I feel more comfortable when somebody calls me he. I feel more comfortable when I can present to the world as a man. I feel more comfortable being dad than mom, even though I'm Mr. Mom. And I really use that in a very powerful sense because I come to my child with, I think, a different way than a biological father comes, or even to a father who adopted a baby as a biological man. I come to this baby in a whole different energy set. Now, some people are going to be upset at me for being a transsexual man, being a female who looks like a man, and raising my young baby girl as her dad. And that's okay. I'm never going to ever going to make the world happy. You and I both know that. It's just the reality of it. I've learned it over 30 years of transition. There's going to be people who will just hate me beyond belief and think by me adopting a baby, I'm doing a disservice to this baby. Not only the fact that I'm a transsexual, but also my age. Do you know that people have come at me for my age of 63 years old and adopting a baby? I find it to be like just shocking. Why would you care that I'm 63 and adopting a baby? What? So thank you so much for this. The only time, is that Michael or Michelle? I think it's Michael, right? Lynn. The only time I've ever wished that I was a man is so I could stand up to pee and not have a period. Partly me too, but you know what? I taught myself how to stand up and pee. We can get into that in another one. I can stand up and pee, and I don't have a penis, and I can do it. I literally taught myself how to do it, and I know lots of women who taught themselves how to stand up and pee. It's quite funny. Thank you for that. So thank you, and I have so many people who are so grateful. Do you know that I adopted this baby from what's called Child Protective Services? Do you all realize that? This baby is adopted through an open adoption. Do you all know what an open adoption is? I really want to talk about a little bit of this today because I think people have a misconception of this baby. This baby was going into what's called Child Protective Services. This child was going to be in foster care. This child was going to be possibly handed from foster to foster to foster. Not to say all foster families are bad, because they are not. And that's not what I'm trying to say here. What I'm trying to say is I got a baby that was going to be put in our system. And you and I both know the system is broken and it needs to change. Okay? But I have been gifted a baby girl to give this baby. I have everything. I have so much to give this child. This child will never go without. It will never go without food. It will never go out without love. It will never go without a roof over its head. It will never go without clothing. It will never go without toys. It will never go out without love. It will never go out without anything and everything this child will ever want and more. I can give this child. Why would you not want me to have this child? Because of my age. What does that even mean? So you would rather the child go into a space where they are going to be... So I'll talk a little bit about open adoption. I want you to know this is actually... Will they know and will know the truth? So let me go a little bit backwards here a little bit. Open adoption is this. So my partner and I went to an adoption agency when we decided we wanted to adopt. Okay? Right. I'll be 80 when she's 20. Who cares, right? And look at me at 63. How do you think I'm going to be at 80? I'm going to be that Jack LaLanne dude, okay? So age is so ridiculous, you guys. Like, no, I'm going to be that 80-year-old who's still doing 100 pull-ups a day and 100 push-ups a day. So don't you worry about that. But you're making us see, people make assumptions about me and my age. People don't even believe I'm 63. But anyway, that doesn't matter. I want to go back to open adoption. So my partner and I decided we wanted to adopt a baby. We were going to do, I think it's called IVF or whatever it is. But we decided her career is going so great and she's doing amazing stuff, and getting pregnant is a huge ordeal. And there's so many babies that need love. So anyway, we went to the adoption agency that's called Open Adoption. And what that means is that you put together sort of like a website of who you are, what you are. Of course, me being 100% open about me being a transsexual, my background. You have to do FBI background tests. You have to do all of this stuff to make sure that you are, they come and visit your house. The social workers come here. Believe me, it's gnarly and hardcore. They do serious background checks on you. So then you have this website, and then they pass it to the mothers who are part of who join this adoption agency, who won't be able to take care of their child for whatever reason, and the mother picks you. So the mother goes through all of these sort of maybe hundreds of adoptive parents who that you have pictures, you show your family, you just do a whole history of yourself. And then the birth mother picks you, right? So to me, I wouldn't do it any other way. I would not do an adoption where the baby and the mother don't know each other. I don't feel comfortable. And for my own self, I don't feel comfortable with that. I want this baby to grow up knowing they were adopted from the get-go. I also want this baby to have a connection to their birth mother from the get-go. Whether that continues to happen or not, we still have a connection to the mom, and we talk to, well, the birth mother, right? So we're the parents. That's really the mom and the dad, and we're like connected to them. And I send pictures all the time to show the growth of the baby. I mean, it's heartbreaking that sometimes people and parents and mothers and fathers have to give away their child. It's heartbreaking. I just can't tell you. So I don't want this baby growing up thinking all kinds of nasty things about their birth parents, because I really want them to understand that it was a very difficult yet loving choice to give your child up for adoption, or else it's going to CPS. So to me, that's beautiful and amazing and loving. So that connection to her and her baby is still there. We're just the parents now. So that, and I'm Mr. Mom. So that, anyway, she picked us. She picked us. You guys, I was like, no one's going to pick us. Look at me. And Rachel's a little more normal looking than me, but look at me. Also, I'm trans. And in the day and age with trans being a bunch of wingnuts, I thought, no way is anyone ever going to pick us. Not in a million years are we going to get picked. And one day we got a call from the adoption agency. We got picked. I was like, what? And that's where it is. That's history. And we were around the mom during this time, helping her, like make sure she was taken care of, blah, 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 like all of that. Oh, thank you, Clintstagram. I'm the straight white stereotype. I fully support your adoption. I support you raising the child with a father, and don't care if you have tampons or tamales in your pants. Right on. I love you, dude. That's what I'm talking about. This is why I can just show you the trans ideological community is full of shit, and they hate everybody. They hate me. They hate you. They're so mad at the world. They don't want for us to be together. They don't want you and I, Clintstagram, to have conversation. They want us to be separate. They want me to hate you. They want you to hate me. They don't want to find solutions in the world. And that's why I don't belong to that space, because I want to find solutions. Me and you don't have to hang out together, but what we have to do is live in the world together. And that's the reality. I don't care what anybody says. You and I have to share this earth. We don't have to walk on the same side of the street. As I always say, we can walk on the opposite sides. We can say, hey, and we can never have any other correspondence with each other. So I appreciate that. Thank you, friend. And I think that's what we're proving here on every Wednesday is our desire to tamales and tampons. Brilliant. Our desire to find some common ground, because if you and I don't find common ground, and the trans stuff is crazy. It's actually crazy. And I think that we have proven that here. And I just don't know how it went off the deep end. But that being said, some people wouldn't be okay with me as a transsexual adopting a baby and being the dad, right? It's why I call myself Mr. Mom, because, like, am I the dad? Yeah, I am. She looks at me as her dad. I'm her daddy. I make sure she's taken care of every day. I tell her how much I love her every single day. I whisper in her ear, I love you, I love you. And she smiles every time I say it. I sing songs with my crazy, ugly voice. She loves it. I'm her masculine figure, and she has so she has a mom and a dad, and we just do the best we can do with everything that we have in the world, which is a lot. We are not wanting for anything. I think she just turned, well, I know, she just turned 6 weeks. So she's 6 weeks old last Sunday, so she'll be 7 weeks. She's a tiny little baby, but when she was born, she was having some really bad stomach issues and colic and all of that kind of stuff. So she wasn't eating a lot, and she lost a lot of birth weight. And so she had to go into the NICU. And I spent every day with her at that NICU, 8 to 10 hours a day, holding her and the nurses. And it was a special NICU that she went to. And the nurses, the volunteers, all of these amazing people there. And she got held every day. She got passed around she loves already she socialized with people because she got passed around and hugged and held. And she had to have this thing put in her nose that she hated. What it's called, a feeding tube, right? And so I do include her in my workouts. In fact, today was the first one, and she was kind of into it for 10 minutes and she was over it. But anyway, till eventually she could eat on her own. And she won't stop eating. She's already back up over her birth weight, I think, which was 6.9 pounds, and I think now she's 7 pounds. So she's really becoming very healthy, and the NICU nurses are saints. And I made friends with, me. I'm like buddies with all the nurses now. It changed phone numbers. I have so many amazing medical professionals that follow me here, but also who are my friends. And anytime I need anything, I'm just like, I'm so blessed on so many levels. I can just reach out to them and say, hey, X, Y, and Z, or should I do this or should I do that? And they're like, oh, this and that and that. And it's just like amazing. I just feel like this child. So circling back around, I feel like this child has not only given me a different sense of being, it's like another chapter of my crazy, insane life. But this chapter, I'm going to say, is probably one of the most, if not the most important chapter of my life, because I have been put in such a weird position as an older transsexual person who, as you know, this has helped me. And there's no doubt, you can't deny that, right? It has helped me. I move forward in the world. I am just a person so different you would never even recognize me from 33 years ago. But so it's why I speak out against just transition. Transition is the last resort, blah, blah, blah. So I think that the child was put in my life at this point in my life at 63 because I wouldn't have been able to handle it at an earlier age. And I think at 63, I'm finally mature, and I'm finally mature enough to understand what the transition did for me. And I'm mature enough to be able to push back against a community that is not a community. And I'm mature enough to stand on my own 2 feet and not need to be part of a community. I could say, maybe even 5 years ago, I might be nervous to speak out against a so-called community that I thought I was a part of, because, losing community is sad. It's very sad, and it actually can mess with your brain. It can make you feel disconnected from the world. And that's why people go to church, I think. They need community, or people go to the synagogue, or people join certain types of religious spaces, because religion to me is, on some level, it is a community of like-minded people, and you get to feel fulfilled. And it's why I have started to talk more about faith, and why I, as a person who is starting to feel more in that arena, that I do feel that the young generation has been told that faith is bad, and that faith is the reason why you are hated in the world, and blah blah blah. And I think I had said this before. It's so shocking to me, but it makes sense. Every time I see a detransitioner, right? Every single time I see them, they seem so happy in their detransition. And I would say almost literally the majority of the detransitioners that I speak to or that I see on the internet have found faith. And they seem so much more fulfilled. They seem so much more loved. They seem so much more full of energy and brightness in there. When they were trans, they were full of hate. They were full of disdain. They were full of lies. They felt very much like they were in a trance, if that makes sense. I could say cult-like. There are so many more negative aspects to the transition that should not be. That's why I was like, wait a minute, these kids are not happy. These kids are being pushed into some ideological space. And when they came out, because they were never transsexual, never, they were trans identified. That's exactly my point there. Right? It's exactly my point. These are not these young people who detransition, and many of these young people, they're not trans, they do not have gender dysphoria. They are not in need of medical assistance. Yet here they are pumping them full of hormones and puberty blockers and top surgery so that they can belong. Do you know how, like, I mean, it's mind blowing. It's like a movie. It's like a sci-fi movie. Well, that's the adults. The adults are autogynephilia. I don't think a lot of these young kids are autogynephilia. I think that these young kids are being sucked into a cult-like atmosphere, in my opinion, as an older transsexual. Hey, Roswell, thank you, friend. Being a transsexual, words and definition get a little blurry to say the least. People should give you some slack, especially since you are so honest. You know, it's okay. I don't actually care what people think about me, Roswell. And thank you for that. I really don't. I just use it to show you that people don't want a solution. How is Big Brother handling the baby in the house? Are you kidding? I would have never, ever, but thank you for this question. It's a great question. We would have never adopted another we would have never adopted a child without our son. I'm the stepdad, to him wanting a sibling. Never. We would have never brought the baby into the house. He was 100% a part of this adoption, and he wanted a sibling. He's an only child, so he wanted a sibling. So he's just amazing. He's amazing. He plays on his PlayStation with baby girl in his lap. It's like we're so blessed on so many levels, seriously. So thank you for asking that, because we want to always make sure that he doesn't feel forgotten or whatever. But I want to get back to the AGP is a whole other conversation, most definitely we can have. And that's there. But I'm really talking about these young girls, mostly young girls, really being sucked into this idea of being trans. And I think we've noticed that a lot of them have, things going on in their lives. They're not getting good therapy, and they need some form of acceptance and validation. And that's why they join that trans community. And so it's so upsetting for me as a person who champions for transition. I do. I'll never not say it's not there. And I'll never tell you that adult with a lot of understanding of what this is should not have this opportunity. 100% they should have this opportunity. And 100% I hope that you all would be on board for that, with somebody who went through a gatekeeping process, who did it very slowly, who understood the difference between wanting to dress like a woman for a sexual arousal and somebody who really just needs to live 24/7 looking this way because they can walk the world that way. There's a big difference between an autogynephilia, which is what somebody here brought up. That's somebody who really feels sexually connected to wanting to, it arouses them. They get a sexual arousement. I get no sexual arousement out of dressing like this or looking this way. I get a fulfillment. I get a groundedness. I get a feeling that I can walk out the world into the world with my head held high. And I never take this costume off. This costume never comes off. A lot of the autogynephilias have been cross-dressers prior to that situation. That we should have a whole conversation around that, because I think it's really, really, they have destroyed the LGBT. They're the ones who destroyed the LGBT community. Those are also the ones who I think indoctrinated these young kids. I think it is the autogynephilias who are the most angry, the most disconnected, the ones who are obsessed with hating on women, the ones who totally tell kids they know who they are at 5 years old. I want to share something with you all. So, all of you have been so amazingly beautiful with, I'm going to make a video. I did make a video about it, I think. I actually interviewed some if you go to my podcast channel, Buck Angel Podcast, I have some interviews with women who are married to these AGP and how they call them trans widows. I have some interviews. You should go watch them. They're really, it's not all AGP. No, it's not. It's not. I hope it didn't sound that way. No, of course not. It's never all. It's never black or white. There's always variations. So I want to share something with you. Yeah, I'm on Discord. Hey, Lisa, could you put the link to the Discord? I think that the link to the Discord I have to actually add to my channel description, and I will. So go join our Discord because it's really growing, and Lisa's managing the Discord over there. So I think if you check it out, we're adult only, so no young people are allowed in. It's a very adult conversation. We love to talk about all kinds of things. Okay, so thanks, Wire Singer. Thanks for joining us. So check this out. An awesome, I don't know, fan of mine sent me this. So this woman totally wrote me and said, I really want to make baby girl a little blanket. And I'm like, oh, she goes, I want to quilt it. Or I'm like, heck yeah. So she totally, I want to share it with you because it's so beautiful. And this lady is such a beautiful, awesome woman who has 2 kids and just all of this amazing story she wrote me. So look at how gorgeous. This is so gorgeous. Look at this. So on this side, it's this. On this side, it's so sweet. Look at this. Oh my God. It's just amazing. It smells really nice too. So she said to me, it's basically indestructible. So you can put it on the floor, in your car, you take it everywhere, you can wash it in hot water. I mean, the fact that and so she's a straight white, the ones that are supposed to hate me, Christian, Trump MAGA person, all the above, check boxes, hate Buck. Literally made this for me and sent it to me. Oh my God, you guys. I just love destroying their narrative. The narrative of they hate you. Yeah, this is actually not hate, just so you know. It's literally pure love. It's so great. So I just wanted to shout her out. Thank you if you're watching, and thank you so much for caring about the baby girl. And so, you know, the thing that's so funny about becoming this Mr. Mom is that, you know, maybe even a couple of years ago, I would never hold a baby. I always felt so scared to hold a baby. I always felt so, I can't, I can't touch the baby. So when I first got to hold baby girl after she was born, 24 hours after she was born, and I held her, like what all of you say is so true. The magic of that baby into my arms. And it was like, I knew that I have been gifted such a responsibility that, I mean, I don't even know how to put it in words. I just don't. Because you have to remember, I didn't just accidentally make this baby. Not to say that all pregnancies are accidental, but I really chose to take this baby on without understanding what that even means. My partner, Rachel, she's already had a baby, so she kind of has baby understanding. When I got this, yeah, I have a P.O. box. I'll put the P.O. box in the description of the channel. So when I got the baby and she was in my arms, I was like, what? This is like the weirdest thing to see a human. It wasn't somebody else's baby. It was my baby, that I will now have the responsibility to make sure this baby grows up healthy. I think to all the parents who are in this channel, you know what I'm talking about. You just realize the responsibility you have to now make sure this child grows up to have a level head, that grows up to understand, to be a good person, to understand how to walk the world as a good person. There's so many layers to my thinking with her. And when I sit with her and I feed her, I just think, okay, so what's going to happen here? what are the things I'm going to say to you that when you grow up, you're like, oh yeah, my dad told me like X, Y, and Z. What are the things I'm going to, oh, thanks. Thank you. Thank you. I hope that I'm going to be a good dad. I mean, I think that's the focus of all of us parents. Thank you, Dan Mother. It's like just so many things I think while she's eating, and then she falls asleep after she eats. And then I just look at her and I think everything I say to you is going to resonate. It's going to be in your brain. And I think I really came to this conclusion that parenting is really such a huge responsibility. I feel like it's not talked about enough. And the responsibility to make sure that your child grows up to feel loved, to feel respected, to have their own voice, to never feel lesser than, to always feel powerful enough to stand up against whatever bullshit is happening is a huge responsibility. And then my brain cracked and I started to think about trans parents. Wow, thank you so much, Sabina. Thank you. Sabrina, thank you. That means a lot to me. Thank you so much. That's a lot of diapers. Let me tell you, that's a lot of diapers. That's a whole other discussion. Maybe I can get Pampers. Would that be amazing? Thank you. That's so sweet. Oh my God. Can you imagine if I get Pampers as a sponsor to my channel? I'm full on going to try to do it. I'm fully going to try to get some baby gear sponsors. That would be, thank you. That's so sweet. So I thought to myself, what is up with these trans parents? What is up? Wow, you're 60. Okay, I have to bring this up real here. My youngest grandchild is 10 months, and it's just a wonderful to follow the journey. By the way, I'm 63 too. Right on. No, really, let's just have this real conversation here. If you are all parents, who's ever parents in this room, how do you think your 10-year-old is trans? How? I really trying to understand that as I look to this baby here, and this baby knows they're always going to know they're a girl. They're never not going to know they're a girl. Thank you, Julie. Thank you, friend. They're never not going to know they're a girl. It's literally going to be like the number one thing they know, that they're a girl and they are a badass and they are going to kick ass in the world as a girl and then as a woman. Okay, so narcissism. They want attention. But why? Why? What is the attention they need? Do you think that it's very difficult for me, I guess, because I get attention, right? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I just can't wrap even my own, it's pure evil. I totally agree with you. It's evil. It's about the parent. That's why I'm asking all of you. Hey, Hawaii's in the house. Awesome. It's all of you parents know what I'm talking about. Unhealed trauma could be that too. It could be that too. But why would you put that shit on your kid? What? What? Yeah, Charlie, I was a guest and we talked about this very thing. Children can't even explain the meaning. They can't. They cannot change. They cannot, nor will they ever. But the thought to me of if I just put this little girl I have, this baby girl, and she gets to be 5 years old, and my friend, her gay uncle, already bought her a badass Adidas sweatsuit. Because you guys, if you don't know, I'm all about sportswear. But, so he came over with this badass Adidas sweatsuit, right? Because we're going to be walking around in Adidas sweatsuits together. But I thought, that doesn't mean she's a boy. That has nothing to do with being a boy. That has to do with being I'm into sports. So, of course, what can you say? Maybe she'll grow out of that and say, I don't want to wear this sports stuff anymore. I'm like, cool. Maybe she just wants to wear little dresses or whatever. That's all good too. But that being said, I'm in charge of the outfits now. So that's how Dad's going to dress her. And I love dressing her up, you guys. Oh my God, I love it so much. Somebody gave us these little booties. I wish I had them here because they're the cutest little booties. But just dressing her up is everything. So at first I was so scared to put her little arm in the hole. I thought I'm going to break her arm, but she's so you can twist and move her around and she totally does it. But I'm just thinking like, so your kid is 5 and your kid is a girl and your kid wants to play with trucks and, wear pants instead of a little frilly outfit. How is that trans? How? I just honestly, I cannot get, a lot of girls dress like little boys when they're little. They just do. So I don't know. So I think we're all on the right path when we say it's literally the parent having some trauma and having some weird shit that they're reflecting onto their children. But the bigger picture of this, and this, hey Lizzie, the bigger picture is, Lizzie Girl says, it's so normal to want to match your baby. She'll love it because of that. I could see her wearing the sweatshirt over a tutu, totally, 100%. Like, so I guess these parents, and then we have the medical world, and then we have the psychiatric world, and then we have the American Pediatrics Association, and then we have doctors, and then we have activists, all saying that a child knows who they are at 5 years old. How did that get so deep rooted into a system that is supposed to help children grow up to be healthy? Really, do you guys have any thoughts on that? Because I know what you're going to say. I know it. I just know what you're going to say. I know, and I'll wait to see the first one who says it, but I'm pretty sure I know what you all are going to say because, well, they don't want them to be healthy, maybe. Their parents are insane. Well, there's that. But there's one thing that I think really intersects all of this shit that they're pushing onto children. And that one thing for me is, so, well, yeah, it could be, I don't know if it's actually sex related, right? I'm not sure about that. These doctors are crazy, but political brown points, possibly money. Above and beyond all the things you're saying to your clout, permanent medical patient, which is money, healthcare, money. It literally is money, you guys. It is. I'm telling you, it's money. The whole reason why everyone jumped on this, it's money. They get politicians get donations from these disgusting organizations, GLAAD and ACLU and Human Rights and all of those Trevor Project, all of them, okay? They all get money from those people in order to keep their funding. They don't care. Do you know the Trevor Project used to be all about helping LGBT kids and people not go through bad situations? They literally stopped talking about LGBT kids or young youth or younger people. They stopped. They only talk about trans. Same with GLAAD. They don't even ever talk about the LGBT part of the T part. They don't. They only talk about TQ now. Every single one of these organizations only talk about trans and queer and non-binary and blah, blah, blah. None of them talk about the lesbian and gay part of the situation. None of them. Yeah, money is the root of all evil. There's just no doubt about that, which is a very sad thing. Because you have to have, this is very true. Thanks for being, a member for 18 months. I appreciate that. It is follow the money. We all know it, yet we can't seem to stop it. That's, to me, more scary than anything, is that you and I both know. You and I both know that the wall behind me is what color? Some would say green, some would say teal. But, okay, how about my shirt? Blue. Yeah, everybody's telling you that my shirt is red. And somehow everyone starts going, I did a video on it, that experiment where they had those people sitting in a room and all the people were completely hired to lie. And one person who was just a normal person, and they drew lines and they said, this line is this long. 1, 2, 3 lines were all different sizes, except number 2 matched the main line. And everybody lied until the dude who was like, what? No. And then he went along with it. It's actually human nature to go along with the lies. I don't know about anyone except for me. At 5, all I wanted to do is get around, play, and have fun. That, yeah. Money, 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 money. There's no other. I know, handmaiden. It just every day blows my mind. So it's why I have decided that I just want to be I don't want to be mad about it. Even though I am mad about it, I don't want to be mad about it, because when you're mad about it, you don't seem to solve a problem. But when you come to these things with a much more level head, and I think now having an actual baby in my life, hey, Michael Lynn, thank you. I think that if a parent is willing to transform their child before 18, that they should be investigated with a medical survey of some kind to see if it's them or the child. Plus, so no, it's, yeah, 100%. Well, it should be illegal. Sorry, it should be illegal. You should not be able to touch your child medically until they're an adult and can make those. You should not, unless it's a life-saving surgery. Okay, you should never be able to give your child hormones that they have proven destroy it. They've proven it. How much more proof does everybody need? None of that shit works. None of it works. It's an experiment on children, and it's so. Oh, can you imagine how I feel as an elder transsexual? I just feel I can't be a part of it. I can't be a part of any of that shit. Now, since I have a baby girl, I'm just like, nope. And then people think because I have a baby girl that I'm going to transition my child. Literally, they think that. People have said that to me. I'm like, what? That's the last fucking thing in my brain. Like, what are you talking about? Then they asked me, so is your child going to know you're transgender or transsexual? No. What do you all think? First off, I have a presence in the world, okay? So I do have a sort of identity out in the world, number one. Number two, 100%. When the time is right for baby girl to know that her dad is this person, 100% I will tell her. Why would I not tell her? What do I need to hide from her? Why would I hide from her? I'm going to tell you all. That's my point here. I don't lie about who I am. If I lied to my child, who I'm going to teach to grow up not to lie about themselves and not to make up shit and not to lie about things, why would I lie to my child about who I am? When they have enough understanding to say, okay, I'm ready now, then they're ready. And they'll know everything. About everything. But that's not going to be for a long, long time. For now, I'm just her dad. I'm just Mr. Mom to the world. I'm just this guy who really wanted to have a baby. And I had the opportunity to get this baby from a Child Protective Services. That's the only thing you should all care about. You should care that I took a baby out of a system that was going to destroy this baby. I just, no doubt in my mind. Very few kids come out of that unscathed. So as a parent, you're right, Lisa. I will know when the time is right. And when the time is right, the time is right. There's no need for me ever to lie to my child about who I am, because I don't lie to you. I don't lie to you, to the world. I tell the whole world who I am. So why wouldn't I tell my baby who I am? So people think I'm going to make my baby trans. That's sick. I'm literally against transitioning of children. It's so pathetic, you guys. So I've been so blessed and so lucky. People sending me these beautiful handmade blankets. It smells so good. I love everything. Smells like baby in my house. Everything. Oh my God, it smells like a little baby. I'm just like, so I put her in it. Sadly to say, I can't share her with you. I apologize, but I'm never putting her face on the internet. So that's just, I'll put her feet on the internet. I don't want to be mad about anything anymore. I get why. They pushed us too far and too long, and anger is contagious. Yeah, we don't need to, Lizzie. We don't need to be angry. Let them have the anger. Me and you, we don't need to be angry. Me and you get to enjoy life. And you get to have, let's start finding the funny things. I'm going to still push against these people. Don't get me wrong. I'm still going to make videos to expose the bullshit. I'm still going to make videos to out these disgusting men who dress like women and do weird shit in women's bathrooms and do sexualizing of young kids. I'm going to out all these MFers, okay? Because that's really my job. My job as somebody who is a transsexual is to out those people who are disgusting weirdo freaks and should be nowhere near any of us, okay? So lock them up. That's how I feel in the men's prison, not in the women's prison. It's so absurd. So today, instead of me making fun of them, I thought, because I wanted to have a couple laughs with you. And you know, so one of the things that I really love is animal videos. I don't know if you guys like animal videos, but I just love animal videos. I sit and crack up all morning long with this shit. So,
Do this mess. Cody?
Wait, I just have to show these because, I mean, honestly, I totally find animal videos. Who doesn't? Actually, they're actual weird people. If you don't find animal videos funny, I'm just going to say, something's up, okay? So they're just so cute. How can you not?
Make this mess?
Who did this? Who done this?
Oh my God. Totally busted.
Who ate the toy? Bella ate the toy. Did Bella eat the toy?
He's
Who made all this mess? Hugo did it.
Oh my God. Totally fucking.
Who did this?
Now, would you look at this? Now, who did it? Now, you know you did it. You know you did it.
So cute. Oh. Oh, yeah.
Who did this?
Ooh, busted.
Cool.
Oh my God, you guys. So I have to tell you, I have a dog named Arjuna who's incredible. I rescued him during COVID for our son, and he's just an amazing dog. But, you know, he's been the baby of the family on some level, right? He gets so much love. He's just like spoiled beyond belief. You want to come back as my dog, trust me. So, oh my God, we should talk about the Corgi. I rescued a Corgi when I lived in Mexico. They're amazing dogs. But anyway, so the baby came to the house, right? And so, oh, wow, Arjuna got jealous. Arjuna got jealous at first because I don't think that Arjuna understood what was happening, and we were giving all this attention to the baby. So I had to sort of like now navigate, like, this is a baby, the baby's good. And so now Arjuna is so protective of the baby. If I have the baby like on the couch and around pillows and just sitting there while I'm watching TV or doing something, then Arjuna will nudge over and get around the baby and like block everybody from getting to the baby. It's the cutest thing ever. But that being said, Arjuna also sleeps in the bedroom with all of us, right? And so the last couple of nights, somehow he didn't get into the bedroom and he pooped in the living room. He never does that. He's very housebroken. He doesn't poop or pee only when he gets pissed off about something. So I was like, uh-oh, he's totally acted out. He acted out because he wasn't in the room with us. And I'm like, wow, that's so like crazy because dogs are effing smart. They're so smart. So when I put him in, made sure that he's in the room, he doesn't poop in the living room. But the last 3 or 4 nights he was there, he just pooped all over the living room. And I'm like, oh, I get it. You feel left out. So yeah. So I realized, like, you know, you can't just all of a sudden get this new thing in your house and everyone else gets sort of, that's why asking about our son. No, we make sure that he's 100% listened to, that nothing feels out of place or that he's getting pushed over here, because that's just gross and unhealthy, right? So I think I have some cat video. Oh wait, hold on, I have a cat one.
Shit.
dog.
Where's the mouse, Taco?
Where's the mouse?
Where's the mouse?
Cats are so cute. Oh, it's so adorable. Oh my god, no way. That was a monkey. So cute. If you're ever feeling sad about shit, just go watch animal stuff, man. It is so therapeutic. Hey, Handmaiden, thank you. Thanks for saving at least one child from the devastation of childhood transition. Congratulations. Thank you on your addition to your... Yes, that is never, ever, ever going to happen. When she gets old enough to make her own choices, I will always support her. If she chooses to do whatever she does... But I'm pretty sure you all know it ain't gonna happen. It's just not. This girl is gonna be a badass. I'm just, I got plans for this little baby girl. No pressure, just plans. Thank you for that. That's very sweet.
Listen, I know you like to have your collar on, and I know you don't feel quite like yourself. But listen, I had to wash it. And then as soon as it's done, we'll put it back on. Rocky, you may.
Aurora? I'm sorry.
That's what my dog does. My dog does this too.
No bite.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
You're fine.
Dramatic. So cute. So my dog is amazing. I have a walk-in shower, and when I have to wash Arjuna, I just go, let's go. And he walks right into the shower and lets me shower him. That dog is incredible. Like he has no issues with getting, okay, here's the last one because this one's pretty funny right here. Okay, hold on. Look at this. Oh my god, I love animals so much. So I have to tell you also, giving little baby girl a bath is so awesome. So I put her in the little bathtub thing, right? And then I have one of those nozzles that come off the top that you can sort of use, a handheld one. And so I put it on really low in this really beautiful, awesome, warm water, and then just lay her there and just put the water over top of her. I'm like, oh, you already so spoiled. You get to have a daddy spa. And it's literally give her this spa bath. She's just, and then I have this cool little washcloth, and I just wash her little face and her hair and all of that. And it's just she's so good. It's incredible. She wants to be in the bath water. And just giving her this, I think the water running on her, it's so soothing. And then sometimes I play a lot of classical music for her because I think classical music, they've done studies, and classical music is really great for the brain. So I also do listen to that as well because it does sort of make your energy calm. But I play a lot of classical music for the baby. So if she's in her baby, it's called the baby spa. I give her a baby spa with classical music, and it's all warm. And then one of my friends bought me these amazing baby bath robes. So after she gets out of the baby bath, I put her in the baby bath towel, and it has a little hood on it. So it's literally It's literally like a bath spa. And so I get out. It's the cutest. I'll take a picture and I won't show her face, but I'll show the thing. It's just the cutest thing ever. And I don't know. I kind of sound like one of those crazy doting dads right now. But I just want to say that, having a baby is a huge responsibility. I feel gifted from God or the universe or somebody gifted me this responsibility. I feel a huge change in my energy. I feel a huge change in my direction of, really understanding how important it is that we have these conversations for the youth of today, because the youth of today, there is no doubt in my mind that they are being manipulated, they are being used, and they are being experimented on when it comes to transgender ideology, identity, and medication. And I vow to you that I will never stop speaking out about it ever. Ever, ever, ever will I stop speaking out about it until it stops. And so I think we as a channel and us as a community here that we have built, I think we all are doing a tremendous amount of work by showing up and speaking out and understanding that if we as adults do not stand up for these children, then we're doing a disservice, not only for those children, but for our own selves, because it will come to bite us all in the ass, not just those children, but all of us. Because on some level, I feel like it is an attack on humanity. It is an attack on faith. It is an attack on so many parts of society, and an attack on medicine, an attack on all of reality. And until we get back to a sense of some form of reality, you and I can never stop talking about this, okay, for the sake of these children. And so I just wanted to leave you with that. And I want to tell you how much I value these days and how much really you all mean a lot to me. Even though I don't know you, I feel connected to you. And I feel that how you and I can come together in our different belief systems, but with one major goal, and that is to get back to a sense of reality and get out of this insane attack on young people, because it's true. There's an attack on young people's psyche, and it's horrifying. So with that, thank you guys so much. I got to go get the baby. It's my turn to babysit. So that's the other cool thing. We're dividing our time, which is pretty awesome that we have the capability of doing that. So sending you all a bunch of love. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Thanks for liking the video. Thanks for everything you do. Seriously, I do. I really feel that from you all. I feel you all care so much. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys on the next one. I have a new video coming out tomorrow, and then I'll see you guys on the next one. I'm gonna start having to do, I think, 2 lives a week. I think I discussed maybe doing that. So with that, thanks for supporting the channel, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a great rest of your day.